How does a new era of hypercommunication affect the global system and foreign affairs? My main point here is that we are transcending old realities because we are creating, due to multiple factors and on multiple levels, borderless communication that is bound to shift power between the players on the planet and create new kinds of power centers. So that was a mouthful. Let's start with the beginning. What are the three layers that are establishing this hypercommunication? On the lowest level, immediately surrounding us and our devices, is Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth and near-field communication and the like. They allow for the communication of people to devices, devices to people, devices to each other, autonomous device to autonomous device, car to car, drone to drone, and so on. This is the immediately surrounding area. It provides orders of magnitude faster and more capabilities in terms of throughput also. Now, on the next level, we get cellular technologies like 5G, which is being rolled out right now, but 6G is already being developed right now in the early stages. This will again provide orders of magnitude more communication capabilities on a regional level, on a level of tens of miles or kilometers. And on the highest level, we get these tens of thousands of satellites in low Earth orbit of the satellite constellations that are providing high-speed internet connectivity to any point on the surface of the planet. In combination, this just leads to an absolute explosiveness of communication and data exchange capability. We can communicate from any point on planet Earth to any other point on planet Earth with hyperspeed, and this can be person to person, peer to peer, or device to device, also peer to peer, or person to device, or device to person. And a lot of these devices can be autonomous. In effect, what we are getting is that we are able to interact with each other without having to consider location, without having to consider borders. Because there's another factor besides the speed and the massive throughput here that is to be considered. And this other factor is that when you have these peer-to-peer communication capabilities locally, and autonomous devices or cars can communicate with each other directly, then you can actually build mesh networks where all these trillions of devices keep communicating with each other, and you have no intermediary in the communication mechanism at all. So in combination, you just get this structural independence of any kind of traditional borders. At least you get them in the infrastructure built in. This has a significant impact on the way we can organize our societies, on the supply chains, on the work networks, on where we are or have to be located when we work with other people. Traditionally, we work in one building and somebody else is sitting in the office next door, but this becomes totally transparent because we don't need to worry about that. And it also provides upward mobility because any person sitting at any point on planet Earth and in any country can, in principle, just communicate with the satellite networks and can be a participant in global activities of any kind. And this will lead to new kinds of communities and way of organizing activities that are of common interest or are a common purpose. This could be economic, scientific, it could be any kind of political activism, it could be any level of interest, entertainment, gaming. We find a lot of that already today, and it will become even more important once we dive in other videos into Web 3 and into the metaverses, when everything comes together. IoT, hypercommunication, metaverses, and this commercial, shared, persistent data layer of the Web 3. If you are interested in more information about this, please check out foreignaffairsforum.org, and particularly the course Tectonic Essentials for Foreign Affairs, in which I dive into more detail of some of these aspects. Please also subscribe. Thank you.